This is not a review. This is not in any way, shape, or form going to be a review. This is actually going to be a discussion of the night about the bombshell that we just heard on Monday Night Raw for January 4th. Now, Vince McMahon decided to make the Royal Rumble match not the traditional match that we knew and loved for so many years. Instead of making the winner to be a number one contender for the title and actually mainline or main event WrestleMania, WrestleMania 32, he decided to make it an actual 30-on-1 handicap match. You probably have something else special to call this thing, but that's how I see it. It's a 30-on-1 handicap match. Roman Reigns is going to be facing 30 men, 30 unknown men for that matter, for his title. So anyone can take the title from him at Royal Rumble. I'm going to say this. That's freaking genius. The fact that Raw has been so predictable to this point, and don't get me wrong, the Raw before, I think the Raw sometime in December, early December, was a really great Raw. The way that they actually set up Roman Reigns to actually take the title was excellent. I'm not going to deny that. But it has been a predictable Raw ever since. They have not been able to do better like they did for that Raw before. So what a way to actually put the pay-per-view on its head, to give you something to talk about, to make it less predictable than it already is. We honestly know only a few people that have entered themselves in the Royal Rumble match. We don't know all 30. And number 30 and number 28 are the wild cards. We have no idea who it's going to be. They're always somebody that we never do predict. We already know that Chris Jericho entered himself in it. We know that Seth Rollins has entered himself in it, or if he's well enough beforehand. And I wouldn't be surprised it's a possibility that Cesaro comes back. That's just my opinion. I think Cesaro's going to probably show his face at the Royal Rumble. And then we probably have John Cena that's going to enter himself in it. We really don't know all 30 people that's going to be in this match. And that is what makes it a little bit exciting. Because Roman Reigns obviously is going to be number one because he has to face all 30. He has to face 29 guys. 29. I guess if you count him, he'll be pretty much 30. So he has to face 29 men. Seriously. That has to be amazing. I mean, that's going to be a very amazing match because it literally gives Roman Reigns something to fight for. He's going to fight his hardest. Not to mention, we're going to see maybe a few wild cards thrown in the mix. We're not going to really know who they are. We might know a few. Of course, one's going to be Seth Rollins. One's going to be Chris Jericho. My opinion is going to be Cesaro. We might see, somebody from the past that we have not seen in a while. And I don't know. We might see Stone Cold. Who knows? But that's just my opinion. But honestly, guys, in my opinion, and I've said that before, there's actually two individuals that I honestly see is going to walk out the WWE champion. One is Chris Jericho. Why would Chris Jericho randomly show up for no apparent reason in a storyline against a New Day? There's a reason why he's there, guys. We know how bad the ratings have been. We know how predictable the pay-per-views have been. We know that many people are complaining about this. And we know that the main reason why Chris Jericho always shows up is to put an individual over. There's a chance that Chris Jericho might take the belt and they might extend it out maybe a few pay-per-views before Roman gets it back. It could be a possibility that he is there to make Roman Reigns look good, to put Roman Reigns over, and then he vanishes without a trace and we won't see him again for a few more years. Second person, Seth Rollins. We know that the WWE has been salivating for years to have a Shield triple threat. They have been trying to find ways to make this work, but then they've been postponing it for years. We know that Seth Rollins is going to be in the Royal Rumble. And we know that Dean Ambrose is the IC championship holder. If Dean Ambrose loses the IC belt, there's a possibility it's going to be a triple threat Shield match at WrestleMania 32. We're going to have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Ex-brother versus brother versus brother. That would be an interesting match to see. Seriously. And it's been something that the WWE as well as the WWE fans have been salivating for years. So, honestly, guys, those are the only two people that I honestly see will walk out with the belt. I can probably say Bray Wyatt, but have we really seen the Wyatt family being booked decently? I mean, maybe just now they're starting to be booked as heels, but they're not dominant heels, and we lack that. There's no dominant heels in the WWE at this point. And if Bray Wyatt actually does, out of the blue, be the wild card and take the belt from Roman Reigns, that would make the Wyatt family more powerful than we have ever seen them ever. But we have seen what they have done to them, and more than likely they will drop the ball quickly. And since he's from NXT, we know that Vince don't like them, so he might drop the ball on him very quickly. So honestly, I don't want it to be Bray Wyatt, because I want Bray Wyatt to be the dominant heel that he is and not be ruined in a short, ridiculous moment. So no, I'm just going to say that. But it could be Cesaro too. In my opinion, Cesaro had well enough time to heal his shoulder. With the shoulder injury, you probably need about 4 to 6 months. John Cena showed up in less than 3? So it's a possibility that Cesaro might come back and actually be in the Royal Rumble match, clean house, and maybe take the title. It could be a possibility that Cesaro may take it. So I'll add him as number 3. But those are the 3 possible guys that I believe that might walk out with the title. And with this huge bombshell, there are many possibilities of anybody taking the belt from Roman Reigns. I don't think he's going to keep it. As much as I would like for him to, Roman Reigns needs to be booked decently. And I guess a way of saying that is that they made Roman Reigns, they kind of forced Roman Reigns down our throats for a very long time. But just now, people started liking him because he seemed more realistic. He had every reason to be pissed at these people, with the Authority pretty much pulling the rug underneath him every single time. He had every right to be mad. So now that he's showing a little bit of more aggression, they need to stretch it out. So if he does lose the title at Royal Rumble, they don't need to have him win it back in the next pay-per-view. They need to wait until WrestleMania and have a decent payoff. So if that does happen, Roman Reigns is not going to get it for a long time. This is going to be rematch after rematch after rematch. But if they're smart enough, they will actually have it at WrestleMania 32. But I'm not going to really divulge too much into that. I'm going to leave that from my predictions. But either or, guys, those are 3 people that I believe that might take the title and I guess that is a prediction. I don't know however you see it. But those are 3 people that I honestly think that will actually take the belt from Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble after this big bombshell was dropped. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts. Who are the top 3 guys you believe that's going to possibly take the belt from Roman Reigns? I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on this. Leave a comment in the comment section below or send a video response. Because I really think that Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, and maybe Cesaro could be the top 3 dudes. And I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that. It's Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, guys. Later.